Have you ever felt like life keeps throwing obstacles in your way? Like no matter how hard you try, you're stuck in the same place, watching other people move forward while you feel left behind? It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and sometimes it feels like the whole world is against you. But let me tell you something, nobody is coming to save you. That's the harsh truth. And before you let that discourage you, listen closely, because this is the most powerful realization you will ever have. See, most people spend their lives waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for someone to notice them, waiting for the right moment to finally take action. But while they wait, time keeps moving and nothing changes. And then one day, they wake up and realize they've wasted years waiting for something that was never going to happen. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to wake you up, because the moment you stop waiting, the moment you stop making excuses and start taking control, that's the moment everything changes. You don't need anyone's permission to build the life you want. You don't need anyone to believe in you before you start believing in yourself. This speech isn't just about motivation. Motivation fades. This is about giving you the tools to break free from the cycle of excuses, self-doubt, and wasted potential. This is about making a decision right now that you are done with being stuck. Because if you're willing to listen, if you're ready to take action, then what you hear today won't just inspire you, it will change you. So let's get to work. Let me tell you something, nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody's coming to save you. You can sit around and wait for someone to give you a hand, but the truth is, that hand, the sooner you realize this, the sooner you can take charge of your life. This might sound harsh, but trust me, this is your biggest advantage. When you stop waiting for someone else to pull you out of the hole you've dug, you realize that you have the power to get out of it yourself. Think about it. If nobody cares about your excuses, that means nothing can hold you back unless you let it. No one is going to pity you for long. Oh, and that's okay, because you don't need anyone's pity. What you need is to step up and take full responsibility for your life. Right now, this very moment, the power to change everything is in your hands. You can't wait for circumstances to change, and you can't wait for someone else to believe in you. The only person who can change your situation is you. So here's the question. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit around making excuses, or are you going to take control and build the future you've always dreamed of? You already have everything you need inside you to make that shift. It's time to stop waiting and start doing. The world isn't going to wait for you, but it will reward you when you decide to take action. Do you ever feel like you're in a constant loop, stuck in the same place, facing the same challenges over and over? Procrastination, fear of failure, doubt. It's like you're running in circles, constantly thinking about what you should be doing, but never taking the first step. You can feel that pressure building up inside, but no matter what you try, you can't break free from the cycle. Let me tell you something, you're not the only one. So many people get trapped in this cycle, thinking that somehow someone is going to come along and fix everything for them. But here's the truth, waiting for external validation is a losing game. If you're waiting for someone to believe in you, to tell you it's okay to start, you'll be waiting forever. The only thing that's going to break this cycle is action, and it's on you to take that first step. Winners don't need permission. Winners don't wait for the perfect moment. They take action, even when they feel uncertain, even when it seems too hard. They push forward no matter how many times they fail. Here's the hard truth. This cycle isn't keeping you safe. It's keeping you stuck. You have to break it. The moment you stop waiting for validation, the moment you decide that you're done with the excuses, you'll realize just how powerful you really are. It's time to step out of the cycle of procrastination and fear. Stop waiting for the perfect time, because it doesn't exist. The time to act is now. The life you want isn't going to show up on its own. You have to go out and claim it. Do you ever feel like the world is watching your every move? Like everyone is waiting for you to fail, to slip up, or to lose steam? If so, let me challenge that thinking. You don't need anyone's eyes on you to succeed. In fact, some of the greatest accomplishments happen when nobody is watching. The truth is, your work ethic is your signature. It's what you leave behind when no one's watching. The hours you put in when nobody's there to praise you. That's what separates those who make it from those who fade into obscurity. Success doesn't come from the applause of others. It comes from the consistency, discipline, and determination you put into your work every single day, regardless of whether anyone sees it or not. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that you need to be recognized. But let me tell you something, recognition doesn't matter if you haven't put in the work. Your work ethic is the foundation of everything you're trying to build. No one is going to build your dreams for you. No one is going to show up and hand you success. You have to earn it, quietly, persistently, without the need for praise. If you want to create something great, you have to be willing to work when no one is watching. Your work ethic is your signature. It's the mark you leave on the world, whether anyone notices it at first or not. What you do when nobody is looking speaks louder than anything you do in the spotlight. The quiet hours spent grinding, the work done in the shadows, those are the moments that define you. Think about it. But every time you push through when you don't feel like it, every time you make a decision to show up, even when there's no applause, you're building your legacy. People may not see it right away, but they will eventually. Results don't hide, they will come to the surface and stand on their own. The question is, what will your results say about you? Are you going to be remembered for giving up when it got hard, or are you going to be remembered for pushing through, for putting in the work, for refusing to let circumstances define your success? It doesn't matter if the world recognizes your efforts today. What matters is that you're leaving behind a trail of hard work that no one can ignore. And one day, when the world finally sees your success, it won't be because you waited for permission. It'll be because you earned it, step by step, hour by hour, without anyone needing to applaud you. Your work ethic is your signature. Make sure it's one that leaves a powerful mark. Work when you're tired. Work when you don't feel like it. Work when nobody is clapping for you. This is where the difference between success and failure lies. The real winners are those who show up consistently, regardless of the external noise. You think the best athletes only perform when there's an audience? No, they perform when nobody's looking, when the lights are off, and when no one is cheering them on. That's what sets them apart. If you're waiting for validation before you act, you're missing the point. True success is about showing up even when you feel drained, when you feel discouraged, when there's no reward in sight. The claps and cheers will come eventually, but only if you've earned them. If you can't find the discipline to show up for yourself, how can you expect anyone else to? No one is going to hold your hand through the tough times. No one is going to make it easy for you. If you're not willing to work for it in silence, don't expect to be celebrated in public. So get to work. The applause will come, but only when you've already done the work. Here's the secret that separates winners from everyone else. They train in the dark. Behind closed doors, when no one is watching, they're putting in the hours. The world only sees the results, the finish line, but what they don't see is the sweat, the failure, the mistakes, and the endless practice that happened before that success was ever visible. Winners don't need an audience. They don't need applause. They need discipline. They need the drive to keep pushing when it feels like no one is noticing. This is where true champions are made. It's the preparation that counts. It's the unseen hours, the times you wanted to quit, but you kept going anyway. Success isn't about overnight fame or the recognition that comes when the cameras are on you. Success is about how much you're willing to put in when no one else is looking. It's about the quiet, relentless pursuit of excellence, even in solitude. Winners train in the dark because they know that their discipline will eventually lead to daylight. And when that day comes, their results will speak louder than any applause ever could. Let me ask you a question. If you can't show up for yourself, why should the world show up for you? If you can't commit to your own success, why would anyone else commit to you? The truth is, the world doesn't owe you anything. You don't get to wait for someone to push you, to motivate you, or to believe in you. You have to show up for yourself first. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to tell you that you're worthy. If you're not willing to put in the effort for your own success, why should anyone else invest in you? It's time to take control. Stop looking outside yourself for validation. The only validation you need is your own commitment to your goals. The world is busy. It doesn't care if you're struggling. It doesn't care if you feel overwhelmed. But you know who does care? You. You're the one who has to make the choice to show up every single day, no matter how hard it gets. If you're not willing to fight for yourself, don't expect anyone else to do it for you. You have everything you need to succeed within you. The only question is, will you show up for yourself? Why waste your energy proving yourself to people who aren't even thinking about you? Let me tell you something. People are too busy worrying about their own lives to care about whether you've earned their approval. So stop wasting your time trying to get their validation. When you seek approval from others, you're giving away your power. You're waiting for someone to give you the green light to succeed, to tell you that you're good enough. But that's a trap. The truth is, nobody else's opinion matters unless you let it. People who chase approval are chasing a moving target. What's good enough for them today won't be good enough tomorrow. Here's what you need to understand. You don't need anyone's permission to succeed. The only person you need to prove anything to is yourself. Stop asking for approval and start demanding success. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you and start believing in yourself. Focus on what you can control, your actions, your mindset, your work ethic. That's where the real power lies. The world doesn't owe you validation, but it will reward your work when you stop seeking approval and start building. Your life is your business. Stop letting other people run your company. This is your journey, your decisions, your destiny. Yet so many people let the opinions, expectations, and judgments of others dictate their choices. Think about it. How many times have you made a decision based on what someone else might think? How many times have you held back because you were worried about what people would say? Here's the truth. Those people aren't living your life. They're not the ones who will suffer if you fail, and they're not the ones who will celebrate your success. So why let them control your path? It's time to set boundaries. Stop letting others steer the wheel of your life. If you want to build the future you desire, you need to take the reins. You need to make decisions based on what's best for you, not what's best for someone else's opinion of you. Your life is your business. Run it like one. Make bold decisions. Take full ownership of your future. Only then will you see the results you're capable of. Let's break this myth right now. The right time doesn't exist. The perfect moment to start, the perfect circumstances to take action, they aren't waiting for you. If you keep waiting for everything to fall into place, you'll keep waiting forever. If you don't take control of your focus, distractions will take control of you. The longer you wait, the longer you delay your own success. It's as simple as that. The right time is a lie people tell themselves to justify inaction. They keep waiting for everything to line up, for the stars to align, but by then the opportunity has passed. You're always going to have a reason to wait, whether it's fear, uncertainty, or external circumstances. But the winners aren't the ones who wait for everything to be perfect. They act now. They make things happen, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's risky. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There is only now. And if you don't take action now, you'll end up regretting the years you wasted waiting for an opportunity that was always within your reach. Here's the key to success. Eliminate distractions, commit fully, and execute relentlessly. It sounds simple, but it's far from easy. The world is full of distractions. Social media, opinions from others, setbacks, and all the noise that tries to pull you away from your goals. But winners don't listen to the noise. They focus. They keep their eyes on the prize, and they don't get sidetracked by temporary setbacks or other people's opinions. They understand that success requires tunnel vision, being so focused on your goals that nothing else matters. This is where most people fail. They're trying to juggle too many things at once, spread too thin, and distracted by things that don't matter. They start a project, get a few roadblocks, and move on to something else. But that's not how winners operate. Winners stay committed. They eliminate anything that doesn't serve their purpose. They focus on one thing and they see it through. Commit to your goals, eliminate distractions, execute every single day. If you want to build the life you've always dreamed of, it's going to take focus, discipline, and relentless action. Don't let anything or anyone pull you away from your mission. Winners don't chase validation, they chase results. They don't waste time looking for approval or asking for permission. They focus on getting the job done, no matter how long it takes or how hard it gets. Think about the people you admire the most, the ones who've achieved greatness. Did they get there by waiting for someone to tell them they were good enough? Of course not. They went out and did the work, day in and day out, regardless of who noticed. They focused on results, not opinions. Here's the problem with seeking validation. It pulls your focus away from the things that matter. The more you wait for someone to pat you on the back, the less energy you have to actually produce the results you need. Validation is a distraction. It's the crutch that keeps you from standing on your own 2 feet and taking full ownership of your success. Winners don't look for validation. They create results that speak for themselves. Your only competition is yourself. Focus on your actions, not your audience. Keep moving forward even when no one is watching. Talent is overrated. Success isn't about being born with a gift or a skill. It's about relentless execution. You don't need to be the most talented person in the room. You don't need to have the best idea or the perfect plan. What you need is the willingness to keep going when everyone else gives up. Winners don't quit. They don't let failure stop them. They don't look for an easy way out. Success isn't about natural ability. It's about refusing to stop no matter how many times you fall down. The world doesn't reward talent. It rewards execution. Think about it. How many talented people have you seen give up halfway because they weren't willing to put in the hard work? How many people with great ideas never saw them come to life Because they didn't execute. Talent alone won't get you anywhere. It's persistence, the refusal to quit, and the discipline to keep going that makes all the difference. Winners aren't lucky, they just don't stop. They put in the work day after day, and that's why they succeed. Your mind is a battlefield. Every day you're at war with your own excuses, fears, and doubts. The enemy is relentless, whispering in your ear that you're not good enough, that it's too hard, that you should just quit. But if you want to win, you have to fight back. Most people don't even realize they're losing the battle until it's too late. They let their excuses control them. They let fear keep them stuck. They let hesitation kill their dreams. But here's the thing, winners don't let their minds become a battlefield. They take control. They rewire their thinking, push through the fear, and take action anyway. They know that excuses are just lies you tell yourself to avoid doing the hard work. The truth is, if you don't conquer your mind will conquer you. You have the power to win this battle. You just have to decide right now that you will no longer let your excuses control you. You will no longer let fear stop you. You will fight back day in and day out until your actions speak louder than your doubt. Success isn't about being the smartest or the most talented. It's about outlasting everyone else. Most people quit when it gets hard. They give up when things get tough. But winners, they keep going. The grind mentality is simple. Keep pushing, even when it's hard. Keep showing up, even when you feel like you can't go any further. Most people will quit when they hit a wall. They'll back off. They'll settle. They'll let fear take over. But if you can push past that, if you can keep going when everyone else gives up, you'll be the one standing at the finish line. Think about it. The only way you lose is if you quit. And if you keep going, even when the odds are stacked against you, eventually you'll outlast everyone else. That's the secret to success. Endurance. Stay in the game, keep grinding, outlast the rest. Talk is cheap. Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to outwork, outlast, and outperform everyone else? Winners don't just talk about success, they prove it. They don't sit around hoping things will get better. They make things happen. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's time to stop making excuses. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment. It's time to stop wondering if you're good enough. The only thing that matters now is, are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals? You can think about success all day, but until you take action, until you prove it through your efforts, it means nothing. Winners don't just think, they execute. They get up every day and work harder than everyone else. They push past the obstacles. They keep moving forward, and they never stop until they reach their goal. The question is, are you ready to prove it? If you don't believe in yourself now, when will you? The time for waiting is over. The time for hesitation is over. You don't need anyone else to tell you that you're capable. You need to believe it for yourself. Waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. You'll never feel 100% ready, and that's okay. The real question is, when are you going to take action, no matter how imperfect it may seem? When are you going to stop doubting yourself and start taking the steps you know you need to take? Belief isn't something you wait for, it's something you create through action. The more you take steps toward your goals, the more your belief in yourself will grow. If you're waiting to feel ready, you're wasting precious time. Don't wait for the stars to align. Make your own stars. Believe in yourself right now. Take action right now, and watch how that belief turns into results. Most people quit, and that's why they lose. It's not because they aren't capable. It's not because they lack talent. It's because they give up when things get hard. Winners feel like quitting too, but they don't. They push through when things get tough. They know that the real victory isn't in the easy wins, it's in the struggle. The true test is how long you can keep going when everything is pushing you to quit. When you hit that wall, when it feels like you can't go any further, that's when you need to dig deep and remind yourself that the people who succeed are the ones who never quit. They push past the pain, they push past the frustration, and that's why they're standing at the top while others are still stuck at the bottom. You're gonna feel like quitting, but that's when you need to dig in, because when you keep going, when you refuse to stop, that's when you win. Nobody cares. Work harder. Focus on you. That's the truth. The world doesn't care about your struggles, your pain, or your excuses. The world only cares about results. If you're waiting for people to notice your efforts, you're wasting your time. The only person who matters in this equation is you. You're the one who needs to put in the work. You're the one who needs to show up every day and keep pushing even when no one is watching. Stop looking for recognition. Stop waiting for applause. The more you focus on yourself, on your goals, your grind, your future, the more success will find you. Nobody cares. Work harder. Focus on what you can control. Your actions, your mindset, and your commitment. That's how you win. Your future is a blank check. How much are you willing to cash in? The power to shape your future is in your hands. You have everything you need to succeed if you're willing to put in the work. Think of your future as a blank check. Every day you have the opportunity to fill it in with your actions. Every decision you make, every step you take toward your goals is another dollar you're writing in your future. But if you keep waiting, if you keep hesitating, that check will remain blank. How much are you willing to write in that check? How much of your future are you willing to claim? The life you want is waiting for you, but it's not going to come to you. You have to go out and claim it. The future is yours to create. What are you going to do with it?